Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call, your place for motivation and inspiration by world-renowned speaker, author, coach, Mr. Les Brown, featuring Mr. Brown and his platinum speakers. My name is Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, and it is my privilege and pleasure to be your host for these Motivational Monday Night Calls. And tonight, I truly am excited to let you know when we end how you can see Mr. Brown live on June 24th and continue to connect at the LesBrownInstitute.com for those of you who are interested in working with Mr. Brown and learning how to become a speaker and a coach yourself. But without further ado, I have good news for all of you. Welcome to our new callers and to our faithful crew that's here every single Monday. Mr. Brown is live on the line. So let me go ahead and check the microphone. Mr. Brown, are you here?
Yes, I'm great and grateful. It's always a treat when great people meet.
Hey, now you better tell it. So good to hear your voice, Mr. Brown. You've had a busy weekend.
And a busy day. I had an MRI today. They had to put me to sleep because last week I was in that machine for 3.5 hours on my back, and it wasn't pretty. When they finally brought me out, I said, I left y'all a little gift in there. Y'all better call the janitor. Oh, yes. Yeah, they got me out, in and out today. I came out of the hospital, and I saw that machine on the side of the building. I got problems, whatever.
Oh, Lord. We going to continue to pray for you.
Yes. So one of the things I want to do is invite everybody to see me tomorrow night at Renaissance Unity. It's right outside Detroit in Warren, Michigan. Renaissance Unity, right outside Detroit on Warren, Michigan. It's at 7 o'clock, and it's free. And it is the last one that I'm doing for a long time because I'm going to it's called Martha's Vineyard Detox Program, Dr. Ronnie. I go there on the 16th, on the day after Mother's Day, and I'll be there for 21 days straight. I am detoxing and going through a lot of alternative treatments there. And if you have something in your life that's challenging your health or your peace of mind, anything of a negative nature that you want to address, here's an affirmation that I use every day. I think about the little C, and I say to myself, you will not defeat me. You will not defeat me. You will not defeat me. I said 7 times with power, feeling, and conviction. And then I say, you will not live in my life. You will not live in my life. You will not live in my life. I do it 7 times, and I tell you, it makes a difference. I'm feeling better. I'm stronger, and I'm looking forward to the treatment that I will be going through with Dr. Ronnie in Martha's Vineyard. I want to talk to you tonight about your goals and dreams. And I really want to focus in on this because what I'm doing, I could have not been doing it if I had not been fortunate because of God's grace and mercy. I put it off. I procrastinated for 14 years. I was focusing on what I didn't have as opposed to what I do have. And I want you to write this down. Make your move before you're ready. Make your move before you're ready. See, I was saying, look, I can't compete with people who are speaking and they have PhDs and MBAs and years of corporate experience that I don't have. And who's going to hire me to teach them how to do something that I've never done? Well, the truth of the matter is thousands of corporations have hired me. And so what I was all concerned about was that I don't have an MBA. I don't have a master's degree. I don't have a PhD. I was concerned about competing with people who had more education than me. Focus on you, what it is that you bring, what it is that you have, and make your move before you're ready, because there will never be an ideal time. There will always be something that you don't have going for you. And so you want to begin to do what it is you're supposed to do now. I remember when I was in South Africa with Miles Monroe, I think was one of the great speakers on the planet. I wrote the foreword to his book called Personal Potential. And so I went over to one of his people. I said, I'd like to let Dr. Miles Monroe know that I'm here. And so she said, look, rather than let him know that now, because I know he'll come out the room, why don't you have breakfast with him tomorrow morning? I'll set it up. I said, okay, what time? She said 8 o'clock. I went down there at 7:45. I was waiting. She came in apologizing, saying he left early. Now, I could have seen him that night. I could have insisted, no, I want to see him tonight, or I could have waited. I put it off. Hadn't seen him for a long time. And later, a few weeks later, he died in a plane crash. We all have an expiration date, and we don't know when or how. Same thing with Wayne Dyer. We had agreed to partner to do a special, the two of us, with PBS. And we kept putting it off. Then he called me, Les, I'm coming to Orlando. Let's get together. Got it. 2 days later, he had a massive heart attack, and he died. So the reason that I'm saying make your move before you're ready, walk by faith and not by sight, that the people that make their dreams happen are people who are risk takers. You got to take some risk in life, because there's no safe position in life. You can't get out of here alive. You're going to die anyhow. Don't die with your dream unlived. There's a quote that Maya Angelou said, and I want everybody who has a story to listen. She said, there's nothing as painful as an untold story buried in your soul. Wow. Nothing is painful as an untold story buried in your soul. You're listening to me not for me. You're listening for you, because everything that I say, you know. Everything that I say, it's already in you. Everything I've done is only a tip of the iceberg of what you're going to do. You're going to do the greater work, but you got to bet on you. You've got to believe in you. And I did not step out on faith because I didn't believe in myself. And there are people who I was supposed to speak to, people who would hear my voice, and they probably died or gone. But I finally made the decision to step out here because somebody saw something in me that I did not see in myself. The next thing is, anything that's worth doing is worth doing badly. I remember when I went out to the golf course, and I swung at the ball, and my club went up in the air about 50 feet. I was so embarrassed. I dug up so much grass, you'd have thought I was a lawnmower. And I was just embarrassed and humiliated. And I just stopped. I said, you know what? I don't like this. And the reason I didn't like it, because of the fact that I wasn't good at it right away. Anything that's worth doing is worth doing badly. It's worth doing right if you know how to do it. But if you don't know how to do it, you do it badly over and over and over again until you get it right. That's how everybody learns. Everybody at some point in time was a rookie, an amateur. Everybody at some point in time made mistakes at something that they wanted to do, and they just kept doing it and doing it and doing it until they got it right. And so that's important for you to know that. Don't become discouraged when you decide that you're going to go into sales and you get rejection after rejection after rejection. 85% of people quit. They stop. But that 15%, they keep on going and going and going, and they earn a good living for themselves. And you'll be able to do that too. The next thing that's very important is that you got to be unstoppable. When you have goals and dreams, things are going to happen. When you get on a plane, the first thing they say before they take off, fasten your seatbelt, because you're going to reach a comfortable altitude before things get smooth. And that's the same thing in relationships. That's the same thing in business or any venture that you're involved in. When you first start out, you're going to have some things that happen to you. Forrest Gump is right. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Stuff's going to come out that you did not anticipate that will catch you on the blind side. But you want to stay focused, because where energy goes, focus flows. And that's what you want to do. Keep your eye on the goal. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by the rejections, by the setbacks, by the defeats. I have a saying, and people love it: if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. That's what I'm talking about. Whatever. So anyhow, the next thing is you look at your goals and dreams. You've got to be relentless. You have to be relentless. You've got to come back again and again and again and again and again. And when it's your passion, when it's something that you love, and if it's something that you're supposed to do, don't give up easily. Don't sit on the sideline. You know, the world consists of whiners and winners. Winners, they look at their situation if it's not what they want, and they change it. Whiners, they look at their situation and they whine. They'll tell anybody at a bus stop, anybody that will listen to them, what has happened to them. Somebody has done me wrong. You don't want to do that to yourself. You don't want to be a whiner. All of us got a story. All of us have something that we can complain about. The name of the game in this thing called life is to take charge. The name of the game is you taking charge of your mind, harnessing your will, and determine that you'll come back again. Winners are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. What is it that most people don't have? Determination, where they just make up their mind, I'm determined to do that. Dedication, they're willing to dedicate themselves and prepare themselves and reinvent themselves and create the best version of themselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. And the other thing is that winners are disciplined. They do what they know, not what they feel. They do what they know, not what they feel. And most people, they do what they feel. And winners, they garner and they harness and they organize their time to invest in themselves. The reason that when you look at the average American, we live in the wealthiest country in the world, starting out at age 25, by the time they reach 65, one will be rich, 4 will be well-to-do, 5 will still be working, 36 will be dead, and 54 will be dependent upon welfare, family or friends, or somebody to feel sorry for them. You don't want to be a burden to your family or friends or have some organization who will feel sorry for you. You are made in the likeness and image of God. You've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. So start acting like it. Bring up your energy level. I had to tell myself that. I looked at where I am, what I've gone through, and I've had some major setbacks in terms of health challenges, but I looked at what am I capable of doing? And my energy level has been flat. I said, no, this is not me. I've got to bring my energy level up. I've got to start doing more things. Just because I'm 72 don't mean I have to look like 72, act like 72, walking around dragging one foot in the graveyard and the other one on a banana peeling. Oh, no, homie ain't going out like that. I said, I had to talk to myself. I said, have you lost your mind? Do you know who you are? You're Mamie Brown's baby boy. Mamie Brown never quit. At 79, my mother was talking about driving an 8-wheeler cross country. I said, why do you want to do that? She said, Leslie, it's something that I always dreamed about. driving a 8-wheeler because it's a stick. And I like to do that. I said, Mama, not at 79, baby. No. She said, I just want to do it one time, drive across straight country. Won't you go with me? Oh, baby, I don't know, Mama. I'm not going to let you go. She had goals. Was working on buying a house at 85 to take care of senior citizens. She didn't think that she was a senior citizen. She just said, if you ignore your years will ignore you. And so bring your energy level up. That begins to make things happen for you. You stir people up around you. You start becoming a magnet for opportunities, a magnet for ideas, a magnet of people who can support you and help you do some things that you don't know how to do yourself. When you bring your energy level up, things begin to happen for you. I'm telling you what I know. And as you look at your goals and look at your dreams, you have to say to yourself every day, I give thanks that it's already done. I give thanks that God is blessing me with the right people, the right partners. I give thanks that I'm attracting opportunities. Doors are being opened I did not see. Money is coming to me right now. Money cometh right now. There's somebody that got my money in their pocket. Something that Robert Schuller said. He said, there's no shortage of money. There's just a shortage of ideas. No shortage of money, just a shortage of ideas. Before having the call tonight, I came up with an idea, and as a result of that idea, I'll be collecting $14,000 on this coming Thursday. Call the people, close the deal. See, one idea can change your life. One idea can change your life. And this is the time, more than ever, and write this down, you have to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to be focused. A conscious, deliberate, determined effort to be focused. Because this is a very distracting time. Don't worry about what's going on in the White House. Worry about what's going on in your house. Don't watch the news. There's a couple that came over from Mexico, and they were working for a friend of mine. And in a very short time, they bought a brand new car. And then this is in the middle of the recession, they bought a brand new house. And so I said, how are they able to do that in the middle of the recession? And my friend said they speak very little English. They don't watch television, so they don't know a recession is going on, so they're not participating. Okay? Listen, there's some things that you don't need to know. You need to be intelligently ignorant. You need to tune it out because it's too toxic. It's too consuming. It's too distracting. It's not good for you. Ask yourself the question. This is what I do before I answer a telephone call. Is it positive? If it's one of my negative friends that I know, I'm not going to answer it. Can I make some money with them? If it's not that kind of call, I'm not going to give them my time. I have time to give to them. I'm 72. Next thing is it purposeful? Can we do something together? I have a friend named Coach Gianni, and he always texts me and says, let's make some money. He knows I'm going to call him back when he texts that to me because I enjoy that. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19 says, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. So when he texts me, let's make some money, I call him immediately. The next thing is before you answer that phone, it's got to be positive. It's got to be profitable, and it's got to be purposeful, something that you have an interest in. And the other thing, as you look at yourself, as you look at your goals, is it one of your passions that they're going to talk about? See, there are people, because we live in an entertainment-driven culture, stress-relieving culture, there are people who have nothing on their mind but garbage. Nothing on their mind. Want to know who's going to win the playoffs, and they can't even afford tickets. Listen to me. I remember the person, and I called him and thanked him, Steve Skilkins, as I talked about, who helped me to learn the value of focusing on a goal. He was already wealthy because of what his father left him, but he wanted to make it outright his first million on his own. And I said, if he can have that kind of vision, what can I have? And I've never had anybody leave me millions of dollars. So I got busy, and I figured out a way to do it. You have the ability to think things through. You have the ability to brainstorm with other like-minded individuals, collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. You were created on purpose with a purpose, and that purpose will be manifested through you if you decide to live a purpose-driven life. If you decide to not to go through life just being average, but decide that you're going to do the greater works. I believe in you. You have something special. You have greatness within you. What you've done is only a tip of the iceberg of what's possible for you. And I want to say this to you. If you would like to become a certified Les Brown speaker or trainer or a certified Les Brown coach, I encourage you to listen to the number that Stacy will give you, or you can go online and look up Les Brown Institute. Les Brown Institute. Do that, okay? Thank you so very much. If you got a story and you don't want that story to be buried in you, I want you to email me at lesbrown77@gmail.com. lesbrown77@gmail.com. I'll leave this with you. There's nothing as painful as running into the person that you were supposed to become. That happened to me. Very painful. Had to work on myself to get over it. Nothing is painful to run into the person who you were supposed to come. You have greatness in you. You have the ability to do more. Greater is he that is in you than he that's in the world. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh, we love you, Les Brown. What a
I love you back.
indeed. Oh, my goodness. Great message tonight. I hope everyone really took notes and wrote down, not just listen, but wrote it down so you can commit it to memory, because the hand is the digital recorder of the mind, as a buddy of mine, Trevor, would say. So, Les, you gave us some nuggets. You know, I really love what you said to wrap up. You don't want to run into the person you could have been. That's the ouch, like a, oh, no, he didn't, but it's the truth.
Yes. Yes, it is. That happened to me this past weekend. Oh, my goodness. But I'm still here. I still got a shot. I'm not gone yet. I still got a shot.
You absolutely do. And we just appreciate you for sharing your authenticity, your passion for this work, and your encouragement for us to stay the course and to do the work. Because if you do the work, you will get the results. So we will be sending love and prayers to you. I know you'll hang on to kind of listen to the callers who might want to share a word with you as you prepare for your 21-day retreat. And
I forgot. I want to remind them to call their friends in Detroit and tell them to come see me free at Renaissance Unity in Warren, Michigan. It's right outside Detroit, about 15 minutes. I'll start speaking tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I introduced a speaker last week who was an attorney for Rupert Murdoch, and he was phenomenal. Been listening to me since he was 11 years old, Darren Binsey. And Sharita, oh, my God, this is a powerful sister coming up in here. She's going to tear the roof off the place tomorrow night. And so part of what I'm doing is not training speakers, but introducing them on the platform. And I'm bringing a sister in named Sharita, and she's a bad somebody. I'm going to send you the video. She's awesome. You're going to love her. It's a bad
Awesome.
sister. Yes.
Awesome. So that's out in Warren, Michigan, right outside Detroit, Renaissance Unity. So I'll remind everyone again so that they can come see you there. And then they'll be able to see you on June 24th in Fort Lauderdale. That'll be one of your first appearances after your break. And that will be with you and Ona, which will be a wonderful How to Tell Your Story.
And Lawrence Taylor will be with us.
And Randall Hill, you got all these NFL guys.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor, LT and Randall Hill. So it's going to be a great experience. I've been coaching both of them. They're great guys.
Awesome.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'll be listening.
All right, Les, thank you. Love you. And
love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a comment that you would like to leave for Mr. Brown to hear, I'll be opening up the call so that you can do that, and he'll be able to listen to you and hear your voices. I just ask that you unmute one at a time so that we can hear each and every one of you. And then I'll remind you of the announcements again at the end of the call on how you can see Mr. Brown if you are near the Michigan area or have some family and friends out there, to let them know they can see Mr. Brown, as well as sharing with you the LesBrownInstitute.com information and information for those of you near Fort Lauderdale, Florida, who want to see Mr. Brown on Saturday, June 24th, 2017. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. We had a full house. We appreciate you. Make sure you visit brown.les, that's brown.les, on Facebook to get the motivation and daily messages, as well as the Les Brown Institute for those who are interested in finding out how they can share their voice and, not be a victim of bumping into the person you should have been, but taking action. And that's what my platform is about. So those who want to connect with me as well, actionbook.com, fastest, easiest way to just connect. You can find all my social media handles or send a message there. And I look forward to hearing all of your amazing voices. To the mothers on the line, as you prepare for Mother's Day, remember, every day is Mother's Day. We get the gift of bringing life into this world, and to see our children thrive and grow is the best gift we can get back. So I just say continued love and blessings to all the mothers this weekend, and look forward to hearing your voices next week, same time, same place. This is Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant signing off and giving you all a virtual hug and kiss. Bye-bye, everyone.